Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Laura, and if you're new here, welcome, and I hope you stick around and watch my journey progress as I lose weight on an intermittent fasting lifestyle. If you've been with me for a while, thank you, and I'm glad you're with me again. First, before we jump into the weight loss, because I know that's what everybody wants to know about, I want to address a couple of questions I had about the book by Jen Stevens, Fast Feed Repeat. I've had a few questions asking how I liked it, and I'm gonna be totally honest, I've only gotten through chapter 1. Now, I did think I was gonna be able to read a whole lot more of it while I was on my trip this week, but as it turned out, that didn't happen. I only got through chapter 1 on the plane ride up, and on the plane ride back, I was so exhausted, I didn't get any further. But I will say, I did a lot of podcast listening. I did a lot of Jen Stevens interviews that I listened to on my 13-hour drive over 5 different states in 2.5 days. It was a busy week. But during the interviews, I literally learned a lot. So I really do think I'm going to really love this book as I go through it. And when I got home, got myself rested, I opened the book up last night and was going to start reading in chapter 2. And the very first thing that chapter 2 says in Fast Feed and Repeat is intermittent fasting, the health plan with the side effect of weight loss. Very first thing. And it just made me think, I've never thought about it in those type terms of being the health plan with the side effect of weight loss. I went in this for weight loss. You know, I wasn't thinking about my health. I wasn't thinking about anything else. I just wanted to lose the weight. In my mind, I thought if I lost the weight, then I would get healthy. But what I'm learning through listening to her interviews, and I'm sure after I read through her book, really, when we get healthy, the weight loss will come along with getting healthy. I mean, I've heard about growth hormone and insulin resistance and, you know, the different things that intermittent fasting, autophagy, the different things that it's good for, but I never thought about those things getting me healthy first and then the weight coming off afterwards. My mind, I just want the weight gone, you know? So that's all I was concerned about. With 1 meal a day, with keto, with anything else I've tried in the past, just get the weight off. I could care less if I was healthy. But in reality, we need to be healthy. So I think this book's really going to address a lot of those issues, and I think I'm really going to like it. So that's my long, short answer to, am I liking the book? I think I will love it, but I will try to link some of the things that I listened to on different podcasts and interviews with her if y'all are interested in the description box. And y'all can listen to them because I've really enjoyed a lot of the things I listened to over this last week. So with all that said, let's jump into the weight loss and see what happened this week. It was an extremely busy week, as all of my weeks are. There's nothing new there. But I believe last week when we checked in at week 18, my weight was 189.0, right on the nose. So week 19, what did I do? This morning when I weighed, I was 187.6. Now, the smile is because I have finally hit the 40-pound loss. 40 pounds, 40.2 pounds gone this week. I have hit a milestone for me. I have not ever lost 40 pounds during anything, diet, weight loss. You know, even with keto, when I tried it, I think I lost 30 something pounds down, and it took me like 32 weeks to get there. I'm at week 19 and I've already hit 40 pounds. This works for me. I know it doesn't work for everybody. I've talked to a lot of different people this week and they're just like, didn't work for me. The small meals work for me. You know, 2 meals a day work for me. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. And that is what I'm learning. Do what works for you. It may take you till you're 49 years old to figure out what works for you, but don't stop trying. Keep searching, keep looking, keep researching, keep trying until you find something that works for you. I think I finally found something that works for me. Thank you, Jesus, because I was to that point. I didn't think I was ever going to lose weight again, ever. So with all that said, I am extremely happy this week. 40.2 pounds down is awesome. I cannot complain in the least. So that's where my weight stands right now. I do have a small out-of-town trip planned this weekend. I hate having trips right before weigh-in because it's never good. I need a few days to get that water weight off, but we'll see what happens. We'll just have to wait and see. But anyhow, this week has been great. So for this week, I did get all my exercise in. I did a 5K or more every single day again. I walked 4 days with 5Ks this week. 2 days I did half marathon, and then 1 day I literally ran a 5K without stopping. Now, when I say run, I'm talking about like slow jog, maybe a little faster than a walk, like 14-minute miles. It was very slow, but I jogged the entire 5K without stopping. Now, I have not done that, and I don't remember when, to be honest, but I have a dear friend who just celebrated her first huge victory, and she actually jogged a full 5K for the very first time. She's done a mile here, a mile and a half, 2 miles, but she finally did her first 3.1, and it was a huge goal, success. She did it. She feels great about it, and I am so proud of her. Way to go, Zelda. I love it. So she inspired me this week. She did that on Saturday. Sunday was my 5K in Clear Lake, and it was pouring down rain that morning, and I just decided, you know what? Zelda did her first 5K. I've been doing 5Ks every day, and a lot of them. I'm going to just try to jog this whole thing. Plus, I wanted to get out of the rain. So I did. It was a slow jog, but it was success. I did it. I didn't kill any records. I was 41 minutes and 26 seconds. Actually, I was a little slower than what some of my 5Ks this year have been, but I think that was probably because it was raining and I was trying to watch my steps. There was water everywhere and I didn't want to fall and injure myself. So I took it slow and easy, but still an accomplishment. Non-scale victory. I had several of those this week. Let me tell y'all, this week has been great for non-scale victories, and I need to write them all down. So Monday, I didn't really do a whole lot of stuff. I did my 5K, like I said. Eating, I was so bad this week, guys. I forgot to take pictures of most of my meals, most every one of them. I know Monday I had a Smoothie King because my daughter and I were busy that day. I think I cleaned. I was getting ready for my trip on Tuesday. So I did not eat all day long, and then about 6:30 I realized, oh my gosh, I haven't eaten. So we went and got a Smoothie King. I came home, finished packing up to get ready to go on my trip. So I really didn't do anything but stay busy Monday getting ready for my out-of-town trip. Tuesday come around, I had to be at the airport super early, so I did my walking in the airport. I just made laps around the airport for almost a whole hour before my flight left. That's how I got my 5K in on Tuesday. Interesting, but I did it. And then I left, landed in Nebraska, and then my journey began. Went and had so many unique experiences, I'm going to say. I hit a butterfly museum after leaving the airport, which was so cool. I will throw footage in probably through the rest of the video, just throw stuff up so y'all can see, so I don't have this video being 30 minutes again. Butterfly museum was awesome. After I left there, I drove over to a sculpture park. Now, on the website, you've seen the sculpture of this pretty little butterfly on top of this finger, and I thought, oh, this is cool. I like looking at sculptures. I'll go look. The first half of the park wasn't too bad, but as I went, it was like a big, gigantic loop. The further I went, the creepier things got, the weirder the sculptures got, and by the end of it, I was a little creeped out. I'm not even gonna lie. I left there thinking this was more on the demonic side. It started out halfway good, ended up more evil. I was just like, ugh, let me out of here. So that was, and it was an experience, but overall to me, it was a total waste of my time, energy, and money, but an experience. So I left the sculpture park, went back. It was 30 minutes from Sioux Falls where I was staying. So I went back to Sioux Falls, and that's where I stayed the night. That night I went to Texas Roadhouse. Again, forgot to take a picture. It was packed when I got there. And since I was by myself, the little lady said, do you mind sitting at the bar? I said, not at all. Anything where I can get in quicker. So she set me by another lady that was there by herself, and we got to talking and chatting and ate our meals together and had good conversation and left the restaurant together, you know? So I completely forgot to take a picture, but I did have a steak, loaded mashed potatoes, actually double loaded mashed potatoes, and a Caesar salad. So I ate really well, and a basket of rolls. There's my downfall. I love breads. Ate really well that night. Next morning, got up, did the half marathon on Wednesday in South Dakota. It was a chilly, foggy morning, but beautiful. The race course was in a park, and they just do loops around the park. We had to do like 11 loops around this park. And so you get to see everybody coming and going. You talk to everybody. It's like a huge family. It's mainly marathons, and it is just so much fun. I'm not huge on the loop aspect, but when you're doing it and talking to everybody and you're meeting new people or old friends, which I did. I ran into somebody the first day that I had met in 2018 at another race, and she and I reconnected. It's stuff like that that I love about this community. I just love the travel and meeting people. So did my half marathon there. And the day turned out beautiful. So after that, I went and did a little more touring, which ended up being, I had done some research before I left, and I found this old malt shop, which with like a retro feel to it, like back in the 50s or 60s. And it was supposed to be hamburgers and shakes. Well, you know, Laura just did 13.1 miles. She wants to eat. And when I get there, I realize it's slider hamburgers. Slider hamburgers and malts, no french fries, chips. And I'm like, dang, I'm really wanting to eat. So I was there. I went ahead and ordered a shake and a little slider, and I thought, this is not going to cut it. And I knew it wasn't, because I needed more food. So I thought, well, on the drive up to North Dakota, I'll pick something up on the way. So after I left there, I went over to South Dakota State University. They actually have an agriculture department that they have horses and cows and probably all other kind of animals. But with their cows, their dairy cows, they actually use their own dairy cows, the milk, to make their ice cream. And they have an ice cream parlor, which I thought was so cool. So I swung in there, check it out, and got me an ice cream. I had a raspberry Revel. Now I'm gonna tell you, I'm a Bluebell girl, because living in Texas, close to where Bluebell's made in Brenham, I love me some Bluebell. This ice cream was the bomb. I have never had such creamy ice cream. And of course, I'm talking to the ladies, and she's telling me that they do production right there inside the shop, and it's got a big glass window. You could watch it. Of course, production was the next day. I'm always a day early or a day short. Oh well. But that was a great little stop. It was a gem to find, and the ice cream was delicious. So I left on out there, started heading up. I had a couple hour drive to get up to North Dakota. And let me tell you guys, there was nothing. I mean, nothing along the way, but maybe one or two big truck stops that had like Pizza Hut or Subway, stuff like that. And I was wanting a steak. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted some meat. Didn't find it. So ended up driving all the way to Fargo, North Dakota, because I had to pick up my Starbucks mugs. I got into that years ago, and it's just collecting junk. That's all it is, really, collecting junk. But every state I go to now, I collect a Starbucks mug. Anyways, I went to Fargo, got my mug, and while I was there, there was a Five Guys next to a Dairy Queen. So I got me a Five Guys burger, a double meat, big old burger, and some fries. And that's what I finished my eating window out that day. So my eating window was like a 4-hour stretch on Tuesday. But I knew I needed more food. I was doing another half marathon tomorrow. I could not go with a slider. Sorry, but just didn't want to go that little. So ended up, that's what I ate for, I guess, my bigger meal. Maybe I would say that's more like 2 meals, because I did have a slider and malt. And then so maybe I did 2 meals on Wednesday instead of the 1 meal. So Thursday morning comes around, I'm in North Dakota, start the race, and the course was literally on the borderline of Minnesota and North Dakota. There is a river that runs in between them. It's called the Red River, and we started out on the Minnesota side and went around and did most of the race in North Dakota and come back. So you get to choose which state you want to use that for. I've already done Minnesota, so I needed North Dakota. So I chose North Dakota, and it was a beautiful little park to walk in and around. Had some geese, some birds there that I know how geese are. They're very mean and they will chase you. So I was a little leery of them at first, but we didn't have any issues. And it was just so nice. The weather started out like 50 degrees. It was already cool that morning, and there was rain coming in. So we were trying to hurry as much as possible to beat the rain. And on that one, we had to make 7 loops. And on the last loop, coming back in, the rain started falling and got us. But it's okay. I did not get totally soaked for the whole race, just for about a 5 to 10 minute segment. I can deal with that because this girl don't like cold and rain together. It's the worst thing ever. That's why I don't live up north, guys. I live in Houston because I like it hot. So that was North Dakota, checked off the list. Because like I said, I met some great people on the course, walked with Keisha. I met her, she's from Oklahoma, sweet lady. Literally had great conversation, and she's doing intermittent fasting. So we got to exchange intermittent fasting stories, and recipes and stuff. It was just really good. That's what I love about this. I love meeting people. And now the race was on to get back down to the airport and get on that flight that left at 7:20 that night. I had a 5.5 hour drive back down to the airport. So again, after a half marathon, I want real food. And there was nothing to be found. I ended up stopping off at a truck stop and getting a Subway sandwich. Again, no picture. I had a foot-long Subway sandwich with a bag of chips. And I think I even did have a Dr. Pepper and a coffee to keep me awake and warm after I ate for the rest of that drive. So my flight left at 7:20 or 7:30 that night. I did not land back in Texas because I had a huge layover in Chicago until 1:50 Friday morning. I finally walked in my house at 2:30 a.m. I almost forgot. Let me add this in about the plane ride home. That's where I was going to do my reading, but I never got to it. And here's where some more non-scale victories happen. I'm going to throw in a little video here. I couldn't believe. Now, it's only been, I don't know, a month or so since I've been on a plane, but I did not do this when I was on the plane last month. How much looser my seatbelt was. I couldn't believe it. My seatbelt had some slack in it. I had some, where I could pull and make it tighter. That's amazing because that has not been there in years past, trust me. And then another, maybe if you want to call it a non-scale victory, I had this young kid sat down next to me and brought his Pizza Hut on and was eating right next to me in the next seat. And I was like, okay, didn't even bother me. I was good. Of course, I thought it was funny because I had my book, Fast Feast Repeat, out on my lap because I was fixing to start reading it when he sat down and started eating his pizza. I was like, you can't make this stuff up. So there's some more non-scale victories that happened this week. And Friday is a blur. Literally. I got up, I did walk my 5K Friday, and I come back in, took a shower, and went back to bed. I mean, literally, that was pretty much Friday. So when we got up Friday evening and finally started moving, my daughter and I went to Texas Roadhouse because I'm telling you, I've been wanting that steak. So we went to Texas Roadhouse and I got the steak and double mash and a Caesar salad again and some more rolls, and that's what I ate Friday. Saturday, I was pretty lazy on Saturday too. I did a little bit of stuff around the house, messed with the chickens, got things taken care of out there, and didn't do a whole lot, didn't go anywhere. So I did get my 5K in Saturday, just a slow walk. And then Saturday night, decided, you know what? Let's go get a Smoothie King again. I don't want to cook. I'm being lazy. So we did the Smoothie King Saturday. So Sunday come around, I went and did my 5K, the rainy 5K in Clear Lake. Came home, took it slow and easy on Sunday too. Really didn't do a whole lot, did Bible study. And then after that, my daughter got up and we decided, you know what? I'll just go get another Smoothie King. So we did that for dinner. And I'm happy with the way the scale turned out this week. I'm happy with everything, even with the travel and stuff. Everything went well. So that's my week for week 19 check-in. I'm hoping week 20 is going to be just as good, if not better. And we'll keep on striving to keep on keeping on. And again, guys, write down your non-scale victories. They will add up and they will motivate you. Today, I'm going to throw in a little bit of footage at the end, or a couple pictures, probably not so much footage, but I'm going to throw in a couple pictures at the end. I had a great non-scale victory this morning. I literally have not tried this outfit on since January 31st this year, right like a couple weeks after I started OMAD. I tried to put the shorts and the shirt that I had bought when I was in Florida 2 years ago. I got stuck in Florida because we had this ice storm in Houston. I couldn't get back home. So I ran into Walmart, and back then with COVID going on, they wouldn't let you try on clothes. So I thought I was about a size 16. Some things back then I probably was a 16 if they were really stretchy. So I bought these shorts. They were 16, thinking I could fit into them. and the shirt was fine. I did fit into it, but didn't look good. When I got back to the hotel, the shorts didn't fit. So I've kept them in my drawer since that trip. Never could wear them. They just sitting in my drawer. So January, when I started OMAD, I was cleaning drawers out and I ran across that outfit. So I tried the shorts and the shirt on just to see where I was. And as you can see in the pictures, I wasn't getting those suckers buttoned or zipped. So this morning when I got up and seen that I had hit my 40.2 pounds down, I was like, oh, let me go see where those shorts are at now. Maybe I can get them zipped. Not only did I get them zipped, I got them buttoned and they fit. Small victories, guys. Another non-scale victory. This is working for me. I'm just telling you guys, I'm loving this. And it's really not that difficult for me to stick to. There are times when I get hungry. Yeah, we all do. But in my head, I just think I got a couple more hours till I can sit down and eat, and then I can eat. You can hang on a couple more hours, and that's how I get through it. But it's not all the time. Most of the days, like yesterday, I was fasted 22 hours before I even thought about food. That's another thing. I did download the Zero app again to track my fasting. I used to do this a while back when I was doing keto here and there, but I had taken it off my phone. So there's another thing. If that may help for some of you guys that are intermittent fasting, download an app to keep up with the time for you so you'll know exactly where you're at. Anyways, here we go again. Video's gone way too long. I will let you guys go, but I'm just super excited. I'm super happy. Today is a good day, huge milestone for me, and I cannot wait to see the big 5-0 down. And of course, the big 5-0 will hit me in August, but the weight loss 5-0, I'm ready to see it go down. All right, guys, until next week, have a great one. I hope y'all's day goes well, and I will check in with you next Monday and see where we're at. Talk to you guys later. Bye.